Yeah.
We're live.
Yeah. 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 We live. We
He
back.
just said, "Are we open?"
Switchblade Remote Podcast live. We back. It's Monday, so you know what time it is.
Hey, listen, our crowd, y'all can't see them, but our live studio audience is always clapping for us.
They always on.
They be loving it.
Yes, yes. This your boy Mike J, and on the side of me we have
What's going on? It's your girl Brittany Chanel, and on the side of me we have
Kimani, the birthday boy. And next to me, to my right, is...
Hey y'all, it's Kendra Renee, and on my right is...
There's Lamar Maurice, y'all. I'm in the building. What's happening? And continuing on the right of me.
It's Terry in the house. Hey y'all. And on the right of me.
Our audience is overpowering you. Hey, y'all, quiet. Y'all. Thank y'all.
Have to talk in the mic.
So it is Terry T. Y'all hear me? Yay. And on the right of me, thank you. You're so bad.
I don't even want to tell you what that looked like.
He knew. That's why he did it. I'll get you.
Yep.
I don't know what
I
it
don't
was,
have
but I
anything
missed
to
it.
say.
Hey, it's all good.
I'm just here.
We all smiles in here. That's all that matters.
Yeah, this is a little different for me, Brittany.
What's different?
Your energy level.
I know, right? I'm trying to. I'm working. I'm been.
Y'all can tell everybody I'm here.
Oh,
We
Nicole.
there.
She said on the right. She said on the right.
And then
Yeah.
you was quiet.
Said
You
on
was
the
like,
right.
you have to talk into
Yeah,
the mic.
she got to
Yeah.
get a lot of
You
Lady
have to talk
Melody.
into the mic.
That's right.
You got to do your freaky. Hit the boards. Hit the boards.
That was your introduction.
That was it.
You have to talk into the mic.
I know, right? I need to get. I need some water.
Here I am, but I can't talk today, so bye.
They hear you.
Just talk loud.
We
Talk
hear
loud.
you.
They hear you.
And if somebody can't hear you, then we'll repeat what you said.
Okay.
Yeah, we about to have some fun on the show tonight, though.
Are we, Mike?
Yes, we are. Because you know why?
Why?
We talking about 20-something.
Oh, yeah, those was
Yes.
the fun years. Those was them fun years.
It was a fun years, fun years. So anybody got any interesting stories about being in your 20s? Because, you know, that's when we start running wild.
Well, you just said you
Start?
were running wild.
I said that's usually when I didn't.
When you start?
I was settled down. You know, I had.
You were hardly settled down.
I was. I had just had a baby.
At what age?
She was born when I was 22.
You wasn't.
But I was with her. I was with her mother 2 years prior to that.
You wasn't settled down.
I was settled down.
So you ain't.
I was
you
settled
ain't-
down. I was engaged.
Oh, yeah, he was settled
Oh, you
down.
ain't settled down.
So did you get married?
No, that's a whole nother
so you
story.
wasn't settled down.
I was.
He was
He was
close to
just
it.
settled. He didn't settle down. He was just,
Yes, I'm
you
saying you
know,
wasn't settled down. Then.
He was
That-
close to it.
he was just chilling. That
Yeah,
was what
this
that
is
was.
a story for another show.
Well, you said if anybody have any interesting stories, this story
That
sounds
sounds-
very interesting.
Yeah,
that-
that sounds interesting.
It sounds like an interesting story to me.
That's
You got cheated on?
That's a different type of topic. Yeah, we about to.
So you got cheated on.
It's okay, Mike. It's
She
okay,
getting down
Mike.
to
Go
it.
ahead.
She
Maybe
getting
I
down
do
to the
need to
details.
I mean, because he said I was settled.
I was.
So when he said that, I picked up on that real quick.
Yeah, things just changed.
Well, I was 22.
It was in the
20-something,
20s.
yeah.
You know, she was
You don't know. Yeah.
she was new to pretty much everything, I would say. So I don't think she needed to explore, basically.
So it was all on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we gonna get on you in a minute.
I know you was a wild boy in your 20 something. Yeah, see that laugh? I know you was wild in your 20.
Woo!
Matter of fact, go ahead, go for it, Lamar.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's
I
talk
was
about
just going
that.
straight. No, a guy went. Now it's time for a lady.
And really, it was supposed to be ladies first, as always. That is the custom.
There we go.
Oh, we got a
No,
caller.
No,
Come on,
that's her
20.
phone.
Oh,
First of all,
wow,
Is she gonna answer it?
wow.
Oh my God!
you want that?
It's too bad y'all can't really see what's happening. Oh my goodness, the level of
I'm
disrespect.
gonna go live on my phone. I'm
He on
just
the
gonna record it.
boy, girl type.
That's
You-
right. That's right. I got manners. I learned that in my 20s.
So
You ain't learned nothing.
about your 20s.
That's messed up if you ain't learned that until your 20s.
Ooh,
Wow.
why won't you go? you a lady. Come on, your turn. Your 20s. Matter of fact, hold on, you look 20.
Exactly.
How old are you?
You know, I'm however old you think I am.
Okay.
Never ask a lady.
So since you just turned 20,
So I'm 20.
You talking to my?
Sorry. I'm sorry. Look at me.
what you
am I
doing
saying?
lately? Yeah, what you
What-
doing nowadays?
What I'm doing nowadays, I'm like how that poster say. I'm on that entrepreneurship, riding that wave, just trying to become the mogul that I know I'll be one day. My 20s been something. I don't want to talk about my 20s. My 20s kind of sad. They a little
Sad.
Oh,
Okay.
You can learn from that.
But I mean, I've always had my crazy, you know, the pull up stories, all of that. You know, gotta bang on people's doors, show up with knives, stuff like that. You know, just regular stuff.
She said regular stuff.
Yeah, you know, when you got guys that don't learn manners till they 20s, yeah, that's what happens.
I got you.
Okay, so speaking of 20 something, Kimon, do you want to tell us about 20 something, the film that?
Yeah.
Did you write it?
No. So to my
Okay.
right is the brainchild of 20 something. So
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna
let's
let
go
her
ahead.
take the
Okay,
floor.
well let's go ahead and talk about it.
So Kendra Nay, I just want to give a quick. She is the brainchild of 20 somethings,
Okay.
the director, writer, and star in the film.
Okay.
She did it all. She did it all. She all over the place in the film. So
Okay.
you know, it's not a piece of it she don't have her hand in or over. So yeah, with that, I'll let you have the floor, have the mic, and we could talk about this.
You had the perfect time to talk. I don't know why you let it to pass me. But so what 20 somethings is about? So it's about that time when, you know, you're like 21, they're in that post college time, or if you didn't go to college, you at that time where your mama's sitting looking at you like, so when you gonna leave? And you not yet 30, and you like, dang, it's like you a diet adult. And you're trying to figure out like what am I going to do? And then you got friends that's in relationships and like he said, settling down. And then you got friends that's having babies. You got friends that's then backslid back to the old ways. Like you just got so much going on, and you got your friends. Y'all kind of just not grow apart, but y'all go and take different lanes. So it's kind of about like that. It's a group of 5 friends. They've known each other forever, and now they trying to figure out how they can be friends to each other with this new level.
Yeah, I feel like everybody can relate to that, whether you were in your 20s, are in your 20s, or about to be in your 20s, because I feel like that is that time where you really start to find out who you are, and you also start to figure out who the people around you are. And those experiences, I feel like, really shape you as a person pretty much for the rest of your life. Because that's really, you setting your own ground for what your future is about to be. Not to saying that that's the end all be all, but that is like a big training ground, I feel like, in our life experience.
That's interesting. Because she said something that it seems like in our community, we always want to get our kids out the house early without really prepping them for the real world experiences. Versus in other communities, it's okay for them to stay home and figure it out.
All right.
Right? So automatically, we're set up for failure.
Yes, that's true.
Because it's nope, you got to get out the house. Because it's like, well, you don't have it figured out. You know what I'm saying? Like in the other communities, it's okay. Stay home, figure it out, and when you do, go ahead and leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we said in our community is set up for failure in that sense. So I thought that was interesting that she said like time to get out,
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you graduate,
because
you
at
gotta go.
20 something, I mean at what 20, 21, that's still 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, and it's funny you put it like that, because and the older I get, the more I realize that grown-ups ain't nothing but big kids pretending to be grown-ups. Like
That's all it is.
I feel like grown up is such a made up word, and nobody knows how to be a grown up. Like, there's no manual, there's no book, there's no grown-up class. I mean, we have people who are pretending to be grown-ups that are having grown-up classes. So it's like, who is really the grown-up out here?
There are no
know.
grown-ups. And you have society pushing these world views on you, and this is what it's supposed to be like, and this is what you're supposed to be doing, and you're supposed to be here at this age, you're supposed to be doing this at this age, you're supposed to be doing that, da 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 da. And like she said, like going to college, right? So college allows you to be a kid for 4 more years because you're grown in a sense, but then you're not grown.
But you still got those responsibilities.
But not really, because I mean you're in college, right?
Right.
But it depends
So
on your
you-
college experience.
It does.
Okay,
It
I'll
does.
say that it depends on the college experience because sometimes, okay, so you have friends that at 18 they go into the workforce, right? And then with college you kind of you're going to class and you partying a little bit, you're doing this, you're doing that. So you're getting some real world experience, but you're not getting the full effect of
Right.
it as your friend
Right.
at 18 that went straight to work, right?
Yeah.
So
That would be me.
You see what I'm saying? So, and then in school, I think school today is a social experience. I think college is just an experience because it's still not teaching you.
Yeah,
Anything.
I've learned so much more outside of those classrooms.
Did you see?
All of my learning was outside of those classrooms.
But did you see Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah,
did.
that was
love
crazy. That was
I
crazy.
love that movie.
Yeah.
Because this man is on a game show and he knows all the answers because he lived life. He got to live life. So he knew all the answers more than somebody that had went to school and studied. And then with school, you study a subject. So yeah, you're going to be a professional in that subject. But think of all the other subjects that you have.
Life skills is it's
Yeah.
different when you're in the world and you're learning from other people and other experiences that are around you, other than like a subject in a book. You know, it's a whole different world. Different world.
That's
It's a
the
whole
show.
different world.
And it really was.
It really is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed all that because I pretty much I started working at 16. I started college, but I didn't finish. So other than that, my responsibilities started like real early. I've been pretty much just working and going ever since.
But is there a reason why you didn't finish?
Yeah, I can't say it was a really good reason. One of the reasons, it was finance.
Okay.
I actually got my
There's
classes.
noise going on.
Cut it out.
My bad.
You just gonna come up in here? No. But yeah, I actually got my classes for my second semester. And I remember going back to ask them a question about something, so they had to look something up. So while they were looking that up, they was like, "Wait a minute, you got a balance."
And you ain't paid. Yeah.
Right, so we can't let you in your class. I'm like,
Yeah.
I had it. I was in there.
It's a dirty game.
I was like, look, I'm gonna make the payments. Just give me the class. They was like, no, we can't do that.
They got to get their money.
Yeah.
It's
and
an institution.
Yeah.
It's an institution. So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think, because America's real different here, do y'all think that it would have been easier for you if you knew what you were doing at a young age? Like if you were
Yes.
told,
Yes.
like if you were told what to do, do you think that would have been easier for you to navigate through life?
Yeah, or at
versus
least
picking what you wanted to do.
not
To be
necessarily
fair.
told.
Right.
I'm not told because you're gonna rebel against that.
Yeah.
You're in
Well-
your 20s,
Well,
but
I'm saying that.
a guideline would have been helpful. Hey, if
Okay.
you get into this situation, this is what you do. Or hey, this is how you avoid this. So that you at least kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Not to say that you're not going to do it. You know what I mean? But you kind of have I feel like you have a different compass as far as figuring your way out through how you move.
But also, what do you mean by what
And that's
you
what I'm
want
about
to
to.
do?
That's what I'm about
Because,
to. I'm about to explain
okay.
it. So, within other communities, right? You're not in America. You're in other countries. Things are picked for the kids, right? So that's why you have a lot of Africans
Doctors
that are
and things,
engineers,
yeah.
that are
Oh,
doctors,
okay.
that are lawyers.
Okay, yeah,
you know
so
what I'm
that's
saying?
different.
So that's what I was trying to
for
get
me-
at.
I don't agree with that, but you could go ahead.
That's
You
what I'm
go.
saying. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So for me, I don't think like a parent should tell you like what you need to do, but I will say I've always known what I wanted to do. Like I told my mom when I was 3, like I wanted to be on TV like Angelina Jolie. So I know.
That's wonderful. Love that.
But like I've always wanted to make movies. I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be on a big screen. The route to get there, I did not know anything about.
Yeah.
I just knew, like, my parents, both my mama and my daddy, it was, you better work for it if you want it. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know how you're going to
Yeah.
get there, but you better do what you need to do,
Yeah, and
figure
it's
it out.
crazy.
So that was what drove me to be where I am now, because it's like, well, I'm gonna have to figure it out, because the information not just gonna be given to me. Because like you said, in our communities, especially something like arts, like if you look at the HBCUs that we have, because HBCUs are already poorly funded and arts is already poorly funded, try wanting to be black and an artist, the funding is not there. So we have HBCUs that are like big, that it's like, oh yes, I want to go there, but then they don't have a performing arts program, or it's an intramural, and it's like, dang, I can't even go to an HBCU
A lot
because
of times,
I can't do what I want. I have to compromise.
I feel like the arts doesn't get that same respect.
No,
Because I feel like they look at it as a not serious field, and I feel like it's the most serious field because art is life, and life imitates our art. So at the same time, I feel like art has to be almost a priority. I feel like people express themselves best through art, and that can be through any medium. I mean, math can be art, so there is an art to math.
Absolutely.
If you really get down into the science of it, that's a whole nother subject. But like, I feel like the arts doesn't get its respect.
No.
But I also don't agree with like hey, you should be an engineer, you should be a doctor, you need to be a nurse, because I do see that in like a lot of the other cultures, like they would look down on their kids if they are not in those professions.
Absolutely.
But here I feel like it's like that, but it's a little bit different. Like they just try to push you into systems, instead of pushing you into like a specific skill set. But there are roles like they'll tell a woman to be a nurse before they tell a man to be a nurse. But so there are those kind of things. But I felt like for me it was a little different because it wasn't like I always knew what I wanted to be when I grow up. Like there was always that question, and my answer was always different. It was always different because I feel like I just always enjoyed living and experiencing and learning. So I had an interest in everything. So I knew I liked animals as a kid, so I wanted to be a vet at some point. I loved playing basketball, and I was super competitive, so I wanted to go play basketball at Duke for Coach K. Like, I liked space and stuff, so I was like, okay, I'm going to be an astronaut, too. So, like, in my mind, there was no specific, I'm going to be everything. Like, what you mean? So, I never liked that question as a kid, just because my answer was always different. I would always be like, dang, why is my answer different now? But then once I got into high school, I ended up narrowing it down to engineering, and now I'm in the middle of transitioning out of engineering. So, yeah, I reached a point to where I was starting to realize, okay, like, what am I actually passionate about versus what am I doing now? And I was starting to realize, okay, well, yeah, I could do engineering. I'm good at it. It pays well, but it feeds my stomach, that's for sure, because I like to eat. But it doesn't feed me spiritually anymore. So I started to gravitate more towards things that and experiences that fed me spiritually, and that lead me away from engineering. So, I mean, I felt like, people be like, "Oh, you engineer, yay!" But it's like, yeah, my job is not even fun to talk about.
Like, a lot of engineers seem to feel that way. A lot of engineers that I know is like, yeah, it sounds good to be an engineer, but my job is so boring. I literally sit at a computer all day and things like that. So yeah, no,
I'm a nerd for 8 hours a day at a computer sitting.
Yeah, no,
that is not fun.
I definitely think the arts are important, but going back to what you said, nobody knew how to get there. With the arts, I don't really feel like there's a blueprint exactly because it's always changing. You know what I'm saying? And then you always having someone that's creating something and they break the mold. It's like, oh, I'm going to do what they did. Oh, I'm going to do what, you know what I mean? So I agree with you. It's no right road to get in the arts. So I think that's why people kind of look down on it because it's like, well, everybody can. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever seen Sister Act 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Have we seen Sister Act 2? Well, like, is it Monday?
Some people haven't. I'm just being real with you. But anyways, where her mother goes, everybody out there singing, doing they shoulda, coulda. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of talented people. So I think that's why the arts get looked down on. Versus the other careers, there is a 1, 2, 3 step, and it's not like that for the arts. But the school system is a system. Everything is a system. It's all set up really for control.
My answer was always, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I didn't know what I wanted to do until I started doing it.
Yeah, and I think that's a dumb question to ask kids. I think it should be more of what do you like to do?
Yeah.
Not what do you want to be when you grow up?
That is
No,
the
it should be a question. So what you like to do? Oh, okay. And then you figure out
Right.
how to help them to cultivate what it is that they like to do.
Yep.
I was always told, well, you got to pick something. You have to pick something. It's like,
But see, that's the trap, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's what traps people.
because then you forced to pick something. You just
Well, and then, but it was an episode on the Cosby Show where he was talking to the young men, and that's what he said. He said, "Pick, and if you don't like that, pick again. You don't like that, pick again." You know what I mean? So
You don't know until you know.
And
yeah,
that's,
so you
Right.
can't pick.
and
you
that's
just
what I was
pick
about to
engineering.
say.
I
You don't
pick-
want to do that no more. I'm gonna pick
That's
something
cool.
else.
Yeah.
You
I
want to
feel
be
like
a
you
vet.
can pick something so you can like find a discipline. Like, okay, I'm gonna be on the cheerleading team this year. Okay, I don't like cheerleading. I want to do this.
Yeah,
Like,
which is great.
you can pick, but still have the freedom of choice. You don't have to marry whatever you pick.
Exactly. So you just pick.
Yeah,
That's all you
sometimes
do.
you don't know what you're good at either. And you kind of go, well, I thought I was good at this, but
Yeah,
no,
with
I'm
reality.
not. But I might
Yeah.
be better over here.
And you know that's where your friends and your community kind of come in at, right? Because your people that's close to you can see things in you that you don't see in yourself. So you ask your people, "Oh, what you think I'm good at? What do you get from me? What do you,
we
you
don't
know
think
what
like
I'm
that as
saying?"
kids, though. We don't.
No, they talking about 20 something.
I mean, even at
Talking about
20
older,
something,
yeah.
Talking about 20 something.
we don't be at, hey, so bruh, what you think I'm
But,
good
but
at?
if you think about it,
But no,
it's
that's a
not
fair
that.
question because I asked that question.
But if you
Yeah.
think about it, your
Yeah.
teachers tell you different things, and your friends do say different things.
You would be good at this
Yeah,
because you
your
do
friends-
blah blah blah. Yeah.
Your friends do tell
Yeah.
you that.
And it's stuff people say you good at, and it's like, oh, I would not be good at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm
Absolutely
saying.
not.
And your friends will tell you that. Even down to like, you know, girls, we have our conversations, and you go to the one friend that has the best
Yeah.
advice, or the one that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have that.
But it's crazy. I some of the things I was good at, I didn't want to do. Like I was real good at swimming. I was good at running. Like I liked doing it, but it was nothing. I was like, oh,
No
I want to
passion.
be a swimmer. You know, I want to be a runner. I didn't want to do any of that. I still didn't know what I wanted to do until I actually like singing. I got into singing from actually a friend telling me like, dude, like you don't go to the studio. I'm like, nah, for what? Like he's like, your voice good. I didn't know I knew how to sing.
Mike thought he was a shower singer.
That, I did. I did. Until he took me to his engineer's studio, and it was like I caught a buzz from that point. And then the acting, I got into that from the singing. So it was just like I found out what I wanted to do.
And
The
now
refrain.
the directing and producing and all of that stuff stems. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I just had to plug in that phrase real quick. I just had to do that because you didn't know you could do that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. So one road leads you down to
Yes.
another road. You know what I'm saying? So you pick, walk, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
think.
no right or wrong answer, to be honest with you.
But it's stuff like that. I feel like it's sometimes it really be the smallest, most random moments
Random.
that like
That's the truth.
change everything. like if you would have never like sing in front of that person, what if that day you just never sang in front of that person? You would have never got asked that question.
Very possible.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe it would have happened later at a different time point. Like it's little stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, wait a minute. Like I've gotten to this, big point in my life, and I'm doing, multiple different things, but this all stemmed from one small, tiny moment of just somebody asking, "Hey, man, you ever going to the studio?" And not them just asking it, but you actually taking it upon yourself to go
Right.
True.
and see what it's like, even though you wasn't like, you was like, me studio, nah, but you still went. And
Yeah.
now look, you know what I mean? That's dope.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Gee.
if it would have started a lot later, then everything would have just came later because it took a minute for me to even get into it. Because even when I started singing, I was nervous doing it. Like if I was doing like a talent show or whatever it was, and they were like, Mike, you're up next. I would be sweating like crazy.
You still do that.
I do. I'd be nervous.
You still be sweating like crazy.
Yeah, no,
Listen, stage nervousness. I don't want to say stage fright. Stage nervousness is like, it's the best, worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't get nervous, I feel like you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
You should still get nervous.
I get nervous
Yeah.
after, but every show, everything, it don't matter what I do. If I have to do it in front of people, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So
Then you care. Yeah, you care.
This
But is it the small crowds or big crowds for you? Because I feel like I get more nervous when it's small crowds.
Me too. Yep. The bigger the crowd, the better for me.
More
Yeah.
concentration on you,
Really?
probably too, because it's like the little crowd, and they're like,
Yeah, it's too intimate. I
Yes.
can see your
Yeah.
facial
I'm like,
expression.
Yeah.
I see everybody's facial expression
Okay.
right now. But with a crowd, it's like you kind of don't see nobody's
Lost in
face.
it. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think when people, it's a purposeful thing too, because when you don't have a purpose in your life, you're kind of lost, and you're trying to find it. And I think that's where people get a little thrown off, because you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do in my life? And you keep asking that, and you get older with it, and then you're going, okay, I still don't know, and it's sad because a lot of people still don't know. They're in their 30s and 40s, and they still don't know what makes them happy, and they may have skipped over something because of fear, maybe in the arts or something, and they felt like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm not good enough to do that, and their purpose really was that, but they never chased it because of the fear, and, they're just kind of out here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's a good thing to mention too, is fear, because I feel like fear is probably one of the biggest handicaps that we have. And I also feel like it's relevant to being in your 20s. Being in your 20s, like almost every day is getting over some kind of fear.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you got to accomplish the feat of the next day.
Yeah.
And on your own, and you guiding yourself. So that in of itself is getting over fear of not being able to do things on your own, or not being able to accomplish certain things, or just keeping yourself going on a day-to-day, because some people struggle at just that part, or even just getting out of bed. But yeah, I think fear is a very, very big thing to mention when it comes to stuff like that. So
I also think, like, as she was saying earlier, basically the pressure that we put on our black children, like as they're growing up, because we don't have that sense of security or foundation. Our foundation is so withered and not stable, that we put on our kids like, no, you need this job so that we can have a firmer foundation, so that you can do this for the family and that for the family. So you forget that even though you love all of these people, it's your life, and that you're not responsible for everybody. And because people feel that responsibility, they feel like they can't do stuff that makes them happy, even though you being happy will make everything else better. All of those positive vibes will radiate. But everyone is stuck at these jobs, especially in the city. We go to the plant. You're not going to school, go to the plant. You need to get a job. You need to make some money. You need to be at Chrysler. Like,
So true.
Because that's the best job you can get, with benefits and with money coming in on a regular. And then you can retire and have a retirement plan. So, yeah, that's the security. But like you said, the arts is no one way. It's nothing set in stone. And that's scary. So that fear, all of it is rooted in fear, because you just want the next generation to be better. And you don't know how to make it better, but you done seen this work for so-and-so and so-and-so. So, yeah, you need to do this. Don't do nothing new.
Well, y'all saying a lot of nice things and stuff.
so if I'm about to ruin the party.
Right. For me, I wanted to be a stripper. I wanted to be a drug dealer.
I thought you still wanted to strip.
Is she clapping?
I thought you still was stripping.
That was almost
me.
Yeah.
Okay, I could have sworn a few months ago you still was. Okay, cool.
I couldn't think of a good name to call myself.
Oh, okay.
I was
Section shopping.
I was almost there at 19.
Section shopping.
At what age, Mike?
I think 19. I was almost there.
You was almost there.
Yeah, because I had a friend that was doing it. And
Was stripping?
Yeah.
I can see you doing that.
Down at Watts.
Why would you?
I can definitely see you doing that.
No, I never did it though. But I
But
thought
I
about
can see you doing that. I can really see you doing that.
Throwing that, but I can see you.
Yeah,
I can see.
I see you.
I see you perform
no,
on stage. Yep, I see you perform on stage. I can see you doing that.
but it ain't gonna happen. So
I mean, you
saw
likely kind of doing that now. Yep.
in private.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what you selling about? So you want to be a stripper, a drug dealer, and what else?
Yeah. And yeah, that was about it. That was the only two.
Just those two options?
just those two things. I just
So
knew
like
it was
the
gonna be
drug
one of
dealer,
those.
like that was like you want it was something like temporarily. You would think like I can do this temporary to get going, or it's like I want to live my life as a drug dealer.
I ain't think that far. At that age, it was just get the money, and that was the it was in my family. Not to throw y'all out there.
Yeah.
So I thought I was gonna get passed down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he almost made me
The family
want to.
business.
Said it was
Right.
about
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was
family.
a family business.
You did that in your 20s?
I did that when I was 10. I started. Not the white stuff. I never touched the white stuff. It was the herb. The herbs.
Oh.
Yeah. It was the herbs.
Not the white man drug.
Right. Not the Buffy. The what's the other name?
The white horse.
Right. The white horse.
The white
not the white girl. All that stuff.
That cocaine.
There you go. There you go. But the herbs, the greens, yeah. So I thought that was gonna be me, and then go from there to go into the rap game, like be able to fund, an artist or something like that, and that was about it for me.
So you didn't want to rap. You just wanted to be on the business side of it. Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted to be somebody big homie.
Yeah.
Huh?
You wanted to be a big homie. Yeah.
Somebody big homie.
You wanted to be Big Meeks to Young Jeezy.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like
That got him geek.
He said,
Supreme
okay,
to
yeah.
50 Cent, something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
So we're
yeah.
talking about the 20s, and what made you decide, out of all the movies, to do something in your 20s and name it 20 something?
Can you speak into the mic? We can't hear you.
I don't have one.
So,
Can you speak into the mic? We can't hear you.
Please and thank you.
This lady Melody, y'all, I'm here,
Look
but
how her
I'm
voice
not.
changed.
Right.
So,
She was a lot deeper in her voice.
hi.
Miss Melody. Yes.
I'm on the ones and two. Okay, so in your 20s, what made you decide to name it 20-something, and what made you decide to do this particular movie 20-something?
So it all came from, like, when you watch TV shows, like, I'm sorry, I mean not say like. So when you watch media, you see all these shows about high school students or college students or people in their 30s trying not to be 40. And it's like, what about that in-between time? Like, where's that representation? Especially for the people that didn't go to college. Like, that's not everybody's path. So it's like, what happens during that time? Like, how do we get from I'm in my 30s, pushing 40 from high school? Like, where's that in-between time? What's going on there? And I was like, yeah, we need something. And I'm in that age, so let's do something. And also, there is a song by SZA called 20-somethings. And when that song came out, that was my junior year of college. That was a very, very tough year. And I was like, yes, SZA, this is something, 20-somethings. And Beyonce, because, all hail the queen. Don't say nothing about her. But
she's a bee.
But she had the song School and Life, and she like, this is for my 20-somethings, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's where it came from.
Because she definitely was rich and famous at 20-something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she could talk about it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, all right, so now we're going to get into the trailer for 20-somethings. Check that out, y'all.
Check it out.
So these are me and my friends when we graduated from high school, full of wonder and promise. We all went to college thinking we were going to change the world. Little did we know, our world was the one that was going to change.
I'm getting older, think I'm liking how it feels. Your 20s, see, they come with a lot of thrill. I be living in the moment and taking the time to meditate. I do what I gotta do just to elevate.
Bring it to the stage.
If you want to taste of something great, then you better stay. Learning from experience, we learn to move in better ways and open up our conscience. Be sure to keep it graceful, cause your 20s be a process.
You can get the hell out of my house. Dre can live here. Drea cannot. It's Drea!
So let me get this straight. You dealing drugs for your crackhead mama?
The you just say?
What you gonna do, hit me?
Get the out of my car.
I'm not a side bitch, and I actually know where Reem stayed.
You said you was at work.
I am at work.
This show. Bitch, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with you. I'm out.
Yeah.
The way you smile when you talk about that job should be how you look when you talk about Reem. I'm sorry for not encouraging you, for not being by your side when you're having one of the biggest moments of your life. Are you sure you're ready for this lifestyle? Cause this game is serious. If you're not, now's the time to quit. And trust me, nobody's gonna be mad.
Getting older, think I'm liking how it feels. Your 20s, see, they come with a lot of thrill. I be living in the moment and taking the time to meditate. I do what I gotta do just to elevate.
We back. We back. We just seen the trailer of 20 something.
Oh yeah, it looks good. Definitely look good.
I love that trailer.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when you think it's all good, and then it stopped being all good.
Definitely like a lot of action in it.
I know.
No, it's definitely a lot of action.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of action. So we have our premiere coming up. It'll be on July 2nd on Saturday.
July 2.
July 2nd, huh?
You can go to 20somethingsthemovie.com, get your tickets, get them now.
Where?
20somethings.com.
20-something
The movie. 20somethingsthemovie.com.
Where's the premiere going to be? It's actually going to be at my alma mater, the Detroit School of Arts.
Ooh, she put that "the" on there.
Yes.
You said she had to make that known, like it was Ohio State. The.
Okay.
Did you see that they trademarked that?
I did.
Yeah, they trademarked "the." So
Who did?
Ohio State.
They're so nice.
Yeah, I was irritated when I
like
saw
Ohio
that.
State.
Said, ugh. But yes, the Detroit School of Art.
Yes.
That's what's up. Congratulations, y'all.
It'll be in the Ford Auditorium, 123 Selden Street.
Is that the only place you can get tickets? Is on the website?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That was a good question, then.
Yeah.
Great, yes,
Yeah,
great
do
question.
not get tickets from your local bootleg man. He ain't got them.
Please do not.
Because I haven't ordered my tickets yet, so that's why I was wanting to know. You know,
Right.
I could have got them today.
He said the local bootleg.
And anybody on the corner trying to sell you tickets
No, they ain't
on
got 'em.
Saturday, they don't got them, y'all.
They ain't got them.
Please know that.
So,
Oh
what
my
was your
goodness.
experience making this movie?
Can you speak to the mic? We can't hear you.
Boom, boom.
Jeez.
What was your experience making this movie?
My experience, like on the front end, like coming up with it, or like the actual whole long length of production.
Everything.
Oh man, that's a movie by itself.
Honestly, it should be a documentary. But next one. But so I decided, you know, when they was handing out them PPP loans for everybody, just so you know, willingly. I said, oh well, I actually have a business, and like I put on a play before, so I still have my production company up and running. So I was like, let me apply for this PPP loan. Let me just see if it come back or something. Maybe I'll make a little short film. And then it did. And then I was like, let me talk to my people that I know. How much it costs to make a movie? And then I was like, well, we could get you some sponsors and investors. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I started writing it when I was in LA for 420, one of the great holidays of the calendar year. And started writing in April, and I finished in September. Then we started doing auditions in October, which the casting process was a hilarious.
Yes.
It was a fun time to keep it cute. It was a very fun time.
Could you give us an example? I love your face when you're talking about this. It's like
So, no shade. No shade, no tea.
No shade.
I don't think that everyone knows what an audition looks like. So we asked, like, for the first round of auditions, you know, send us a reel, or a demo reel, or a 60 to 90 second monologue, and 2 contrasting ones. And then we had people sending in boomerangs. No.
Wow.
It's like, what this boomerang gonna tell me? And then we was getting people's basketball highlight reels. It was like, these not the reels that we asked for, y'all.
In case you need a basketball player in the movie.
Exactly.
They said a reel is a reel.
Yeah, that's really what they did.
They give you the ESPN highlights.
Then we got some music videos.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Yeah. It was
like
one
a real
incredible one.
music video, like not acting. They're acting in a part of it.
Well, one of them was he had a short film before it. So I said, okay, I'll give you that one. But the other one, he was just in his friend's house. It looked like a bando. There was girls there. Yep.
It was
Yeah.
wild. It was wild.
It was a fun time.
I think the audition process is always fun.
Yeah.
To see how many people don't read and don't follow directions.
Oh,
Makes it
man.
easier to weed people out.
Yes.
Makes it a lot easier to weed people out. A lot of people weed themselves out.
Yeah, some of that crazy stuff that you see on TV, like let's say American Idol, when you see those people like come in with costumes and be looking crazy. I thought that was just like for show.
Yeah,
No,
me
the
too.
people really be doing that.
Until
But you know why? Because, like I said, it's no right or wrong
Yeah.
to get into the industry. You know what I'm saying? So you might just be that one person, like, dang, I kind of like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's why people do it, because it's no right or wrong in the industry.
I'm about to dress
It's
like
no-
a chicken today.
Yeah.
It's
And
because
audition.
the whole thing is to stand out.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
they
know,
stand out.
change my, like, wow me.
Yeah.
And that's what
Something
people go
to
in-
remember.
Yeah, like people go in and they have that.
Yeah.
Did you
Instead
see
of
that person in the chicken suit? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, you know what I'm saying? Because you sitting there, you see the same people, right? You slate your name, who you reading for, blah blah blah. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do it the same way. It's very rare you get the people that switch it up. Those are usually the ones that you remember. So you're watching, and you're bored after you've seen 20 people do the same thing. So you get one person come in and flip and do a cartwheel. Like, that was fun.
That
You know
was-
what I mean?
But see,
That
it's
was
funny because
fun.
you remember them. You be like, that was Cartwheel guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know that.
And then it's like, hey, you know what? We probably can use it for something else. So that's why you get people
Yeah.
that, you know, do random stuff.
Real quick, if you guys want to call in, viewers, if you're watching, you want to call in, give your input, talk about your 20-somethings, you can hit us up at 248-854-9850.
Back in the days when I was younger, now the kid ain't me more.
Can you type that number in?
Can you speak to the mic? We didn't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you cut my mic?
Check
Did you say anything about your 20s?
She didn't want to be a stripper. She said she was looking for her purpose.
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to
Her
be a
purpose.
stripper.
Thank you.
I knew
Thank you.
strippers. You know, I visited strippers.
You see,
I saw them. I saw them.
a stripper?
Yeah, I didn't want to
He
do
was a
that.
side stripper.
I didn't. I didn't want to
They
do that.
winning.
How?
Who, the stripper?
Yeah.
Who they are now? Yes,
Them
they
the same
are, honey. They
strippers
are.
How? What's going on?
What you talking about?
Think about the top what?
Jasmine
before-
Sullivan said it. Girl like me. You listen to the whole song.
Yeah.
Look at the
Strippers
level
need health
of.
insurance too. just shameless plug. Strippers need health insurance too.
Look at that, Megan
We got a
Stallion. You got a.
Oh, you talking about women
We
strippers?
have a caller. Say hi to the caller.
Hey,
Hello.
caller, what's
Oh,
going
you got a caller.
on?
What's
Hello.
up?
What's your name, your social security number, and your address?
Okay, I give you my name, but I ain't gonna give you my social security number. I'm sure I can give my address, but I tell you I'm from Detroit.
What up, though?
What up, dope?
What's good, man?
What's happening?
Hey, it's gonna be popping. Listen, 20-something, the movie is going down. It's your man's.
Who is
How's everybody doing?
Who are you, man? My man's.
Oh, this is Ernest Moore. I am Trey in the movie, man.
Ernest Moore, Trey. You sound like you some trouble, Trey. You sound like
Trouble Trey.
Trey right now.
Trey,
Is your
man.
name Trey Trouble?
Trey
Trey Trouble on
So
half
you
that.
the
Definitely
ladies
some
man
trouble.
in there? Because you know this 20-something, so I know you got a bunch of women on you.
Listen, Kendra Renee did such a good job on this movie, writing, producing, directing, and starring in it, that I have no choice but to call in, because I'm watching it on the FaceTime. I have no choice but to call in and show y'all some love, man. Y'all come out there July 2nd, 123 Selden Street, man. This is about to be one of the most presidential portraits of film and black culture and Detroit theatrics that you will ever see, man. I want y'all to come out and enjoy yourself. I've been telling people everywhere to be on the lookout, and be on the lookout on Tubi too. Come out there for 20-something the movie, man. You got Kendra Renee in there, and you got me, myself, Ernest Moore, and it's a lot of great things. You got Xavier in there, you know what I'm saying? You got Trey Ryan in there, and you got Kamani directing it. You got you got my love directing it. Listen, she in there going hard. K Renee Productions. You got Dennis Ready 2, DR2 Productions, man. It's going hard, it's going up, it's going in, it's going live. Any questions you want to ask me, you're more than welcome and willing to ask me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. If I have a movie coming out,
I want you to be the promoter. Right. My man's Ernest over here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we going
Pump it
hard.
up.
Killer Trey.
It's real talk. I put a lot of work. I put a lot of work into working with them. And
Is this your first? Is this your first movie? This your first movie?
No, I've been in like maybe 6 or 7 different movies. What's your name?
I'm Brittany Chanel.
Hey, Brittany.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Oh, she done changed that tone up a little bit.
A little bit. Man, listen, I keep it cute.
He got cool. He got cool.
Keep it cute.
She
Keep
got
it
her
cute.
caking voice on.
Nah, keep it
I
cute.
might even sing for you.
Well, you gonna have to sing something for me. You ain't gonna know what you sing for me.
You want something right
You
now?
better sing for me.
Hit her with something.
I got a note for you. Here we go. You ready? Okay. I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know I got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me, but I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for love, and I can't let go.
Got the whole song. Okay.
Try. That's Trey in the movie. I better see Trey in 20-something.
I hear razzle dazzling.
On the 2nd of July. You said what on Instagram?
LACEDET on Instagram. We going up, man, for real. We up the score on this one. This one you gonna look. Drea.
Okay. Okay, Ernest, thank you so much. We appreciate you for calling
Thanks,
in.
Ernest, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Y'all have a blessed day,
You
man.
too.
Black
Thank
women in the healing one.
Thank you.
100.
All right.
Yep.
Great promoter.
Right?
Wow.
Came through with all the energy.
That's the hype man right there.
All the energy.
All
Huh?
of the energy.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Positive vibes.
But he did kill
Very
that
wholesome
song.
soul.
You sound like you like to try to sing. Was you trying to sing in your 20s?
Nah. I was trying to rap though.
Let me
Oh,
hear this
now
song.
you gotta drop the bars.
Let me get 16 bars. If not, let me get 5.
Pick up that crumpled piece of paper out your pocket and give us some.
Crumple. Let me see. You got 16? If you ain't got 16, give me 5.
You see it didn't work out.
Like,
I think it only lasted a week. I think. Yeah, I was back to stripping again.
Oh, boy.
Did you make any money stripping?
I made a little.
More than $20?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanna know.
yeah. I got a couple of trips. Yeah.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? In your 20-something.
Where I go in my Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, I made it there.
Any money belts?
No, I ain't get that far.
Okay.
I ain't get that far.
Okay.
So, Kimani, how was your experience with directing this cast here?
Was you scared? Was you nervous?
I wouldn't say I was nervous. I was eager to the point of almost nervousness. Because, like, for me, it was going to be a new experience for me because I'm used to being a director as far as more with stage. So directing film is something that's new to me. I've always been interested in film. I've always loved film. I always loved behind the scenes. I always watch like the extras when. Remember the DVDs come? You always had the extras on the. I always watch the lead scene, director's cut.
Yeah, I
all of
love
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Commentary, and I always like the process. I always enjoyed the process of things. So I was just more eager to get to the process, and then actually being on set and calling action was. It was kind of surreal. I ain't gonna lie. It was different, but it was surreal. But it was more of me trying to be more in the moment than observing the moment. So it's kind of hard to say what was the experience like because it was all over the place. It was just a lot of different energies to deal with. But there's a lot to keep track of as a director on the set. A lot more than I thought, and a lot more than most people probably think. You have to be aware of everybody that's on the back end and that's in front of the camera. So you got to be aware of what photography is doing. You got to be aware of what lighting is doing, how that's going to look, how that's going to interact with the actors that are going to be in that scene. How it's going to be staged. You got to be aware of what the extras are doing. How does the scene look? Where are my PAs at? Because I need this, and that. I need hair and makeup to fly in and do. Like, there's so much you have to pay attention. There's so much you have to pay attention to and be aware of. It could be very mental, but I'm a very mental person anyway. So it was almost kind of, it fit well with me because it let my brain work. And my brain likes to chew on stuff like that. So my brain was actually like very happy in the process. I mean, at times it could be stressful, as with any creative process and working with people. But I feel like that comes along with it, and it's always worth it in the end. Like this project was. This project was more than worth it. So yeah, that was my experience. Unless you got Pacifics.
No. So specific. So Miss Kendra. How was it? Because you said you wrote it, you were in it. So kind of letting him direct your baby and what you wrote. How was that for you to not be like, you know what I mean? Like, did you have those moments when you was on set?
So yeah. So for one, I'm a very I don't like to say anal, but I'm a very like
particular
person. So even choosing my AD was hard. Like who do I trust?
Mm-hmm.
But I trust Kimani.
Okay.
And Kimani and Brittany, they were. We are the directing team, the dream team.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, Kimani, I want you to know, like, you gonna have to do it if I'm the scene, like, that's yours. And especially like the scenes where it was so much going on, like at the mansion party. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like,
that was the thing, because it was like, so with almost
chaotic.
Every experience that I've had with like a new job or new experience that I'm jumping into, like a big thing, I've always been thrown into the fire. It's never been like a smooth transition in. Every job I've had has been thrown right into the fire.
And that was the first day.
That was the first day.
The first 2 days.
Probably
was the mansion?
The biggest,
Yes.
biggest set, most amount of people.
It was literally just about every single main character is in the mansion party in some kind of scene. And then we had a lot of extras because it's a party. Then we got all kinds of lights that we needed. It was a lot going on. And because it was the first day, it's the first day, everybody's all together. And I was just like, yeah, Kimani, like, I'm about to cut somebody out. I'm about to fight. But I also need to be Alyssa right now. But Kendra Renee needs this to be done. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
But by the time we did the third day, it was like, okay. Like,
you kind of relaxed a little bit.
Here we go. Kimani got me. Brittany got me. And that's when we, I have a really great team with, like, cast and crew. Shout out to my actors that took it like a champ, because those first 4 days were very brutal.
Yes.
How long did it take y'all to film? Like, what was y'all
17 days.
Y'all did 17 days. Okay. That's cool.
But those first four days, especially, like, my main cast, shout out to the Live Five, they had to ride with me. So they were there for crew call, which is before cast call. So, and then, because they had to ride with me, when we were wrapping from that location, and we were, mind you, we shot from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So on that second day, we shot from 6 p.m. to, like, really 7:30 a.m. And then I had to clean up, and it's a mansion. So we didn't leave until, like, 9:30 in the morning. And they was just sitting there asleep on couches, everything, and they're all out of state. 2 of them are from here, but they're from North Carolina, but moved to LA. And then we got Xavier, he's from Houston, lives in Dallas. So it's like, this y'all first time in Detroit, and y'all going through all of this. Like, shout out to y'all, because y'all did not have to take a chance on me, a stranger, coming here. So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's art.
Yeah,
that's art.
Now,
So-
did y'all do 17 days straight, or was it like split up?
So it was
like
split
a random
up.
day or there that was
We
like
were off for Easter weekend, sorta. We did like the morning half of Good Friday, and then the evening half of that Monday after Easter. So, I mean, everybody else was off. Let's say that. Everybody else got those days off, except for y'all. Yeah, y'all was doing all of them.
Yeah.
So, like, what is the biggest thing you want people to take away from this project?
Can Kimani go first?
Yeah, sure. But what's the biggest thing y'all want people to take away from it? I mean, it's 20 something.
I mean, because I feel like when she mentioned the Live 5, there's a group of friends. There are 5 main characters. And I feel like they all have a unique story that everybody can take something from. So it's tough for me to give something specific. But a phrase that I've used before is that you are not your problems. So like you definitely gonna go through things, and I feel like this movie definitely shows that whether you see it coming or not, life is gonna hit you. It's gonna smack you upside the head, and a lot of times you ain't gonna know that it's about to do that. It's like when somebody you sitting in class when you was a kid, and then that somebody come up and slap you upside the back of your head. You know what I mean? It's like one of those. But you just kind of got to take those punches and deal with it. But you also have to remember that you do have a support system that's around you, and you got to know who those people are and know what people you can trust, who you can talk to, and who you can't. And be very aware of what's going on around you while you're going through some of those things. And I think this movie really does a good job of showing that.
Go breathe.
Yeah, great answer. Great answer. Great answer.
Oh, you don't want to. She like, I don't. That was good enough. She was like, that was good. I'm good. Next question. No, really. I mean, 'cause you wrote it, so you were like, I know you had to be in a specific place for you. You know what I'm saying? You got into this moment, and you was just going.
So, like, my mission statement for my company is called Antisocial Extrovert because, like,
Oh God, that is so. I love that.
Because people are like, oh, you're not shy, but I'm extremely shy.
No,
like,
most actors.
Yeah,
most actors are
that
very.
Is so true.
You know,
like I'm gonna turn it on when I have to.
We good.
Extroverted, introvert. Like I always
all
say.
day.
Yeah.
When this is off.
Yeah.
I gotta go. But no, really, I want to know because you was at that place. Is telling the stories of people whose stories would otherwise go untold.
Mm-hmm. So I want when people to see this to feel seen. Like, you know, it's hard sometimes to see yourself in some movies or TV shows because that division of like real life and fairy tale is so big. It's just like, oh yeah, this good. Like this ain't never happened before. That's only happened in a movie. Mm-hmm. But it's like, this is real. Like, this is everybody's. Like, this is every day. This is real stuff. And like Kimani said, everybody can relate to it. Like, you got the hood niggas that's gonna identify with Reem, and then you got my non-binary peeps that's gonna identify with Drea's struggle, especially the intersectionality of being a person of color and non-binary is just so much that's not talked about. Then you got our girl Carmen, who she want to be in that lifestyle. She want that fast life, but it's like, do I really want it by any means? Like, what am I willing to give up? And then you got Alyssa, well, I'm going to be different. I'm going to have me a man. I'm going to do this. But it's like, at what cost? And then you got Tyler, who, you know, he a lover's boy. Like, he gonna get them girls. He wanna be married. Yeah, I'm wifed up. Ooh, she fine. Ooh, she fine too. And she fine too. So I feel like everybody is somebody is going to relate to some character. I don't think that it's so out there that it's like, no, that's cute. No, it's like, no, oh my gosh, yes, that happened to me. I just want people to feel it.
Yeah, I mean, what I heard sacrifice. That's the biggest thing that I kept hearing you. It sounded like sacrifice was the biggest. That's what I'm getting based on what you were giving me as far as script.
That's a good word.
Relatable,
sacrifice, right?
Relatable.
Because it's
yeah.
Sacrifice. That's what I was hearing. But yeah, so one more time, where it's July
2nd.
At what time?
Doors open at 6:00.
Okay, and where? We need the location.
123 Selden Street. It's at the Detroit School of Arts, right behind the Detroit Symphony Orchestra.
And where can the people purchase the tickets?
You can buy tickets at 20somethingsthemovie.com. Do not forget the S. 20somethingsthemovie.com. And 20 is spelled out.
Like 20.
The word 20.
So, where can the people find you at your social media platforms?
So, you can follow me at IAM _ Kendra Renee, or you can follow the movie page at 20somethingsthemovie.
Okay, Kimani.
That's me. You can find me on Facebook at Kimani Goodwin. You can find me on the Instagrams and the Twitters at just_fella, FELLA. or at Higher Thought?
Miss Terry?
I can be found on Facebook, Terry Marshall, Insta, Terry Times 2.
And you can find me on Meta, FB.
right. It's Meta now.
Meta.
Lamar Maurice, and here every Monday.
Okay, you can find me on the Rise and Grind every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can find me here every other Monday. You can find me on Facebook, Brittany Chanel. Instagram is me, Brittany Chanel. You can find me on Tubi. I got some other stuff coming up. Where can they find you at, buddy?
Oh, yeah. You can find me here every Monday as well, unless I got something going on. Everything else is going to be Mike Raw Voice, MikeRawoyces.
And on the ones and twos, speak it to the mic so the people can hear you.
Right.
We ain't heard you the whole show.
Hi, everybody. You can find me here every Monday on Switchplay TV doing various other podcasts, engineering, and around the city doing
On
various
film
other
sets.
things. On film sets and working hard. And peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching. Go support C20-something.
20-something.
Support y'all.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Peace.
Later.
Don't forget the S. Don't forget the S.
Yes,
Love
20-something.
ya.
20-something.
And we out.
Peace. I'm taking my headphones off.